Hi, and welcome to another tea tasting session. Today I am actually very excited as I will be tasting the tea that started it all for me, which is the beautiful 300-year-old wild purple variant black tea or red tea if you would prefer it. I'm in the middle of heating up the teaware, but let's see if this horrible camera can at least show you something. It's a very beautiful leaf. So this is Camellia sinensis Assamica dehomensis, or that is at least what people think this purple mutation comes from. So it's the Assamica variation, so big leaf. Of course, it's from Yunnan, where a lot of tea is made from Assamica. Pu'er, for example, it's all Assamica. I think just Yunnan Red is also Assamica. Compared to the sinensis variation, which is the small leaf, and usually what the majority of Chinese tea uses. So as I just said before, we're back in Yunnan, this time Lixiang region. So not as much to the south as we usually are when we're at Xishuangbanna in the last few sessions. So slightly more, I think it's more like in the center of Yunnan, bordering to Myanmar. I'll show a map so you know where we are. I think it's next to Myanmar. Anyway, it's another beautiful region. Lush forests, ancient tree forests, genuine ancient tree forests, where I guess this tea is one of the trees that has been made of multiple trees. Can't wait to dig in. So this was the tea that when I drank it, I was completely mind blown. That tea could actually be this nice, deep, and compelling. So I'm very curious. It's been a while. It's been quite a few months since I've had it. I'm very glad I could get the same harvest as what I had before. So it's 2021 harvest. I think spring, but don't quote me on that. And I wish you could smell this. It's so fruity, very like stone fruit, mango, peach, apricot, all that kind of stuff already just from the cold, dry leaf. So let's put it in there. And I hope it still smells like I remember it smelling, because I could smell this tea just infinitely, hours on end, so to speak. Oh, let's see. Oh yes. Just stone fruit. Oh, hops, some chocolate, fruit. It's such a fragrant tea. You could just keep smelling it. It's beautiful. Man, I'm gonna refrain from keeping smell, but just this taste, this smell alone is worth it to me. I'm very lucky that I can buy this tea very close to my home, and that it's still there. So let's give it a quick rinse. Very happy. Also, I've gotten this other red tea, which is just also Gushu. So this one is from 300-year-old trees. The other one, I'm not sure if there was an actual age of trees, but it was Gushu, so ancient tree as well. And that's a Yunnan red, so it's also the red tea from Yunnan, but the different variation. So it doesn't have this the wild purple mutation, right? That this one does have, but there was a lot of similarities. some of the things I want to do in a future video is compare the two, but I will need two Gaiwans that are similar so I can do these tests, right? I can brew them at the exact same parameters, which I can't do right now. I have two Gaiwan, but one is very small, the other is very large, and so it'll always be not exact, you know. And I want it to be as correct as possible. So look at just even from the rinse, look how dark it already is. Right, proper red tea. Beautiful color. Reminds me a little bit of a whiskey color. Oh, I can't wait. I really wanna take a taste. So let's smell the wet leaf. Very transformative usually. From what I recall, it was hops. It reminds me of IPA style beers, specifically like we have triple hops here. Sint Hubertus triple hop, Duvel triple hop. Yeah. yes. still exactly the same. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Honestly, I wish I could just, you know, like, send over some of the aromas through the webcam, through the microphone, have a whiff, you know. Well, maybe that wouldn't be a great idea if it's here. You would be smelling my breath the entire time. It's still gotta be good. Yeah, it's so good. Malts, hops, like this citrus, like grapefruit, lemon, all that kind of stuff. It really reminds me of triple hop. Like if you've ever had like Duvel triple hop, Sint Hubertus triple hop, or other IPA styles that like aim for that citrusy flavor, it's like that. It's such a lovely smell. All right, my tea kettle has already dropped significantly, so I will be heating it again up to 90 degrees, and then we will see each other again. Be right back. And we're back. Kettle is back at a nice 90 degrees. I will do the first infusion very lightly. So we're probably already 10 seconds in, just by pouring. So I'll just put it on. I'll wait a little bit, and then I'll do an immediate pour out. This is how I used to drink it, so I will try some different strengths afterwards. But I want that first sip to be as close to how I first started to brew this tea. It was also the first tea I got a Gaiwan, that I used a Gaiwan with, I believe. Yeah, I think so. So it's very nostalgic. I hope everything will live up to hype. I haven't shown today's cup yet. I think you've already seen this one. This is the fish that will be swimming in delicious tea soup. He's back here joining us again. Right, beautiful color, dark honey whiskey. Cheers. Yeah, it's so nice. I think it's a bit lighter. I think I brew it a little too light, but still. Once those fruity notes just come in, it's such a nice tea. I just get happy from tasting it. So this isn't like a new taste, right? This is more of a, does this still taste the same than I remember after drinking all these other teas? Yeah, I still like this one a lot. So one of the things that I would really like to do is, so when I get two similar Gaiwans or identical Gaiwans, even more preferably, I'd brew, because for example I have multiple Tie Guan Yin that I would like to drink side by side. Same with the Yunnan Red and this one. I'd like to drink them compare them, or even more fun might be if I can find a way to either blindfold myself, or at least in some way don't know which Gaiwan has which tea, and see if I can taste the difference myself. If I could actually guess which tea, or accurately, no, it'll always be a guess, I guess. I guess. Wow. But I think that would be fun, and it would also be a nice challenge to myself, right? Because it's one thing to just drink this and be like, yeah, this is my favorite. But can I still confidently say that when I'm drinking tea that I don't know which one is which? As there will always be like a bias, right? If you know, there will always be a sort of bias. This is just, it's smooth, not dry at all, no bitterness, sweet, floral, a lot of fruits, especially like apricot. That's what I keep getting, apricot, and a little bit of citrus. Yeah, this is great. I've also been thinking of going into a more to the tea industry in a professional manner. Still not sure how I will be able to do that, but I would love to just work with tea in a professional level. So I've been in IT my whole working life, and to be honest, I'm sick of it. I just did IT because it was something I was naturally good at, or at least not naturally good at, but more like, there was an intuition with it. But whatever I do, I never felt satisfied, and I think it's definitely time for a change. And if I can make the change towards tea, which is something I deeply, deeply appreciate and want to know more about, that would be, that would be great. That would be life altering. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Very curious how it will taste when we brew it a little harder. It is just such a pleasant tea. It is a black tea. It's all of these black tea characteristics. It's sweet form. It's not a very complex tea. Not at all. It is just nice, good, warm, pleasant, enjoyable. You could just enjoy whatever activity you're doing with this. You don't need to have the full attention to this tea. This tea is perfectly capable of taking care of itself while you do whatever, and you just sip and enjoy life. Alright, let's see. It's also very smooth, like in the mouth. It covers your tongue. It's a bit thicker than you might expect, as it doesn't look that thick when you're pouring, but there is a viscosity like in your mouth when you drink it, which is, I think, it's very pleasant. Yeah. Assamica. Actually, I'm gonna take a look at the leaves. I guess this is already brewed much stronger. Let's see if you can get a nice leaf out. Maybe they've already been opening up after this pour. Ooh, spilling. Still that beautiful golden color. I hope I someday will have some sort of camera that would give you some more accurate colors. Look, it's me from the screen. Very clear. like nothing in there. Like sometimes you have like the other teas, you know, like a nice white tea or something, and you see like all the little hairs swimming in the soup, but not really here. All right, second tasting. Much better. This is perfect for me. I think if you would go harder, it might get a little bit dry, but this is perfect for me. All the flavor. You get a little bit of the dryness, but it's like in a pleasant way, like you would have like a what would be comparable? It's not really like a bitter lemon. That's for sure I was gonna say, but that's more like bitterness. So fruit. It's just fruit. I smell. Well, I smell it too, but it tastes fruit. It's not gonna change much, right? You can do quite a few from quite a few infusions with this tea as well, even though it won't change. Once you find like your perfect, like yes, this is how the taste needs to. Well, what am I saying? This is how the taste needs to tea. How the tea needs to taste for you. You can just keep doing that parameter. Maybe after a while, when it starts to get a little bit weaker, you know, make it a little longer, but it will always have that same taste. You can pretty consistently get the same taste out of it, which you know, like for a pu'er, I like to look for complex tastes, but in these black teas, I want a consistent taste. I want something that is like, this is what I like, and now every pour needs to be this. And this just hits the spot for me. It's so, this tea makes me happy, and I'm happy it still does, right? I'm happy that now that I've drank it again, it is still a beautiful tea. I will put a link to the website because the place does do online orders as well. I don't know about international shipping, but I'm sure he does, but I don't know for sure. But I'll definitely put a link in the description below. Yeah, the description below. Had to think about like, wait, where's the descriptions again? Yeah, below. I think I'll just finish this kettle. I'll drink some more of it, but I don't think a third infusion is necessary to record, as it will just be the same beautiful tea. It does have a little bit of a body sensation to it, like even after the second infusion, and I have eaten as well, so I'm quite surprised that I do feel a little bit of a lightheadedness already. So it's a stronger tea than I recall it being. Beautiful. I'll do one more. I will do a really strong brew. I'll put on the kettle again to 90 degrees. We'll see each other again, and then we will brew this thing. Probably a bit too strong, but just to see what will happen. All right. See you in a bit. And we're back. 90 degrees. Let's pour it in. You know, after saying pour so many times, the word pour starts to sound weird. I don't know if that's for like anyone else has the same feeling. Like sometimes it feels like you're saying pour. You want pour. Alright, so let's brew this a little bit stronger than we did before. But yeah, if you just like, you know, cherries, mango, apricots, and some citrusy, like grapefruit. More on the zesty side, I would say. And in smells, especially the wet leaf, it's so like hops. That's all I got, hops and citrus. If that sounds nice to you or intriguing to you, I definitely recommend to check it out. If you like a nice, straightforward black tea that gives you tons of flavor and delight, to me, it just fills me with delight. I have completely forgotten how long this has been brewing. I hope not too long. Let's give it another 10 seconds. With 10 seconds, I mean another arbitrary number, because I will definitely not counting. As counting, like I said before, it feels a bit anti-tea to me. Just let it flow, just let it happen. Nature is chaos, tea is nature, tea is chaos. Or maybe it's the order within the chaos. Let's pour it out. It's nice and hot. Ooh, it got dark. Ooh, it got dark. So let's see, can we get some nice leaves? Show. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this very clearly. This is how the leaves are. Very beautiful whole leaves. Ooh, camera. A big leaf variety. It's gotten, look at the red hue. Whoa, you can see my face completely red. That's crazy. What a red. Now you see why it's called red tea, right? I don't even know why we call it black tea. I guess it's from the leaves. The leaves are black tea. The leaves are green tea. But indestructible. This tea is indestructible. I'm sure if you forget about this brew and you pour it out, maybe it'll get a little bit drier. Maybe it'll start some hints of bitter, but right now, like this one, I don't even know how long it brewed for. Was it a minute? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that long. It's still the same, just more intense. There's no bitterness, a slight dryness. It is there, but like very welcome to me. Like, beautiful tea. If you've had like these wild purple teas before, what were your experiences with them? You have the same ideas, like this maltiness, this IPA style almost of brewing smells when you have the wet leaf? Because that's always what it reminds me of, and still today, when I first smell it, it's immediately what I think about. I should probably get a smaller guy one as well, which makes it easier, because now I always have to drink so much tea from each infusion. Not that I'm complaining, but you know. Yeah, so there's nothing complex to the tea. Just straightforward, nice, smooth. Everything that I've said a million times already by now. It's there and it stays there. You can light brew, strong brew, it'll just get more intense without becoming bitter. And you can easily from this. 'Cause I used now. This was only because I think I took a little bit too little, so it's slightly under 5 grams. I tried to get as close as to the amount I used to use. I think next time I will probably go maybe even to 7 grams and see what that gives. As I do use 7 grams around, yeah, 7-8 grams a lot these days, for the majority of my teas. But black I haven't tried with. I usually stick to 4 to 5 grams of black. But yeah, I'm interested now in testing this. Yeah, I think that's going to be about it from me for this video. Said everything that there needs to be said. Beautiful tea, highly recommend it. I'll put a link in the description below for where you can get it. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you some other time. Bye. We'll clump together as they were from the cake. Oh, spill.